Hi, in this lecture video, I will be discussing theoretical yield, actual yield, and percent yield. So I will go over how to distinguish them and how to calculate the percent yield from a chemical reaction. So first, let's go over some of this terminology. First is the ideal yield. What is the ideal yield? The ideal yield is the amount, and the amount can either be in gram or mole of a product that are expected to form based on calculation. So let's say we start out from certain amount of reactant. We should be able to make certain amount of products. And so when we calculate how much product can be made from the amount of a reactants, then the amount that we obtain, this is known as the ideal yield. So ideally speaking, this is how much product that we should be able to make. And the ideal yields is also referred to as the theoretical yield. So we call this the theoretical yield because in theory, this is how much product that we're supposed to make right here. So theoretical yield and ideal yields refer to the same thing. And second is the actual yield. The actual yield is basically the amount of product that one would actually collect or obtain after the chemical reaction is done. So this is determined experimentally to the end in terms of how much product that we are able to make. And the actual yield is affected by many factors, such as the reaction condition, the incomplete reaction, lab skills, and chemical spill, and so on. So all of these factors right here can play a role in determining how much product that we can make experimentally. And the actual yield would always be less or rarely ever equal to the ideal yield because we can only make less product than what we can expect, or at most the same amount of product that we would expect, but never more. So if you were to ever see that the actual yield is higher than the ideal yield, then there must be a mistake somewhere in your calculation. And finally, the percent yield. The percent yield is basically the ratio of the actual yield over the ideal yield expressed as a percentage. So the calculation of the equation, how to calculate the percent yield, is equal to the following. The percent yield equal to the actual yield over the ideal yield multiplied by 100. And then when it comes down to the actual yield and the ideal yield, the amount can either be gram of the actual yield or milliliter of the actual yield or mole of the actual yield. So it can be any amount of the product. But if we were to have the actual yield in gram, then make sure the ideal yield would also be in gram as well. So the units has to be the same. We can keep both the amount in gram, or we can keep both of the unit in milliliter, or both of the unit in mole, and then multiply by 100. Okay, but it's important that the units are the same. So let's try an example right here. A student performed the reaction on page 7 and collected 4.25 grams of precipitate. What is his or her percent yield? So here in this case right here, we are referring to this example right here on page 7. Right here. So here on this page 7 right here, we basically saw that when the student start out with the amount of this bowl reactant right here, 5.98 grams of silver nitrate and 3.42 grams of copper nitrate, then the students, or in theory, we expect them to be able to make this much product right here. So 5.05 grams of silver chloride. So now let's go back to this page right here. The amount 5.05 grams of silver chloride right here would then be the ideal yield. Because based on calculation, this is how much product that are expected to be produced. Okay. And now the amount above here, 5.25 grams, this is the amount of product that being collected. So therefore, this would then be the actual yield. And the question is asking us for what is the percent yield. And we saw earlier already that the percent yield is then equal to the actual yield over the ideal yield. And here in this case right here, the actual yield is 4.25 grams of silver chloride. And the ideal yield is 5.05 grams of silver chloride. multiplied by 100. So this reaction then equal to an 84.2% yield. So that's how we'll be able to calculate the percent yield of this reaction. If a reaction were to have 100% yield, then that means that reaction was a perfect reaction. We were able to make all of the product that we were expected to make. So ideally speaking, we want to have 100% yield, or very close to 100. And the closer we are to 100, the better the reaction would be.